Hey YouTube, what's happening? This video review is going to be a response to some news that I heard over the course of this week's Toy Fair. If you were paying any close attention and you're a Transformers fan, definitely the biggest news to come out of the show was the impending release of a 2-foot tall Metroplex. He's not out yet, well, not technically. Obviously we saw him at the show, so for the time being, the guy that you see here is still technically the biggest Transformer ever made. I am, of course, talking about Fortress Maximus. Now, the one I got is just Brave Maximus from the Robots in Disguise line, but Fort Max is the same in many of his iterations. He just comes with some additional accessories for some of his other iterations. Like I said, all I got is Brave Max, so this is going to be a review about him. And as you can see, he is absolutely enormous. He's very close to 2 feet tall. You can see he towers over every other Transformer near him. You got a G1 Ultra Magnus there on the left, and you can see he basically only comes up to Fortress Maximus' knee, so he is very large. I just showing you here on the display shelf so you can see how he interacts with other Transformers in his robot mode, but I'm going to be back in a flash with his Spaceship and City modes, so just bear with me and I'll be starting the review proper. Okay YouTube, welcome back. In this part of the video I have his so-called Spaceship mode. It's kind of probably my least favorite of the modes, considering to me it looks more like a mistransformation than his own mode. I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of the figure interaction he can still have in this mode. I got a G1 ratchet here, and you can deploy him in the foot. As you can see, he'll still fit in there just fine. And I got a larger deluxe. This is Energon wheel jack. I'm sorry, downshift, but we all know it's wheel jack. And he'll fit on the road just the same as he would if he was in city mode. So that's pretty much the limit of his figure interaction in this mode. But you do have the guns can move up and down. We got that there. Let me go ahead and grab him there. We got a radar dish. It can spin. Of course, we got the little tower up there. Kind of neat, I guess. And turn them around, and we got the front. We could probably fit a basic or deluxe size up there, and that pretty much covers his so-called Spaceship mode. It's I guess nice they threw that in there as a bonus, but like I said, it looks more like a mistransformation of a city mode than what I would call a proper mode. So I'll be back in just a flash with his city mode. Okay, here we got Fortress Maximus in his city mode, and honestly I think this is an awesome mode. He's got a ton of interactivity with other toys in this mode. I'm going to go ahead and show off his little headmaster robot that he comes with. I think he's called Cerebros. He doesn't have a lot of articulation. He is just a G1 style toy. He, at the legs, they can go forward and back some, side to side a little bit. He's got no foot, no knee. Rotate at the arm. Wrist can go in and out a little bit. And that's it for articulation, but who cares? I mean, it's just nice that they threw in this little gimmick. He's got a little gun there. He's actually a double headmaster. Let me show you here. Just pop that out. Oh, look at that. We got, I think this is supposed to be Spike. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, he doesn't have much articulation. His legs do separate there. That's about it. And, of course, his arms move up and down a little bit, but whatever. I still like it. I think it's a neat little gimmick that they threw in there. And that pretty much covers the Cerebros part. And the body came from Fort Max's head. So I'm going to go ahead and put him in his little slot because he can go there. Oh, look, I'm commanding the city. Yeah, haha. Anyway, as you can see, deluxe figures interact real well with the stuff on his front. I actually have something else from the Robot in Disguise line, Prowl, over on the far left. Then I got a G1 Ratchet, and then I got that large Energon Deluxe on the right there. Great toy. I really like this thing in city mode. I'm not done with all the interactivity that he has. You can launch the cars on the roadway just by, and they'll roll down. He would have rolled off the table, but that's pretty much the gimmick there. I guess that's, for lack of a better term, a garage. I don't know if he could, he can even fit underneath it. That's pretty neat. On top and underneath. Going around to the side here, you have, for lack of a better term, a little prison in the side of his leg, which is pretty cool. So you can just pop this sucker open here. And, oh, look at that. Power Glide. He's getting thrown in the... Figures that'll fit in there aren't too large. I guess I could probably cram them in there, but I'm not going to do that. It's kind of small, but it is a neat little gimmick. You could put like a little, real small basic or Legion class figure in there and have him be in prison. I'll go ahead and shut that up. Going around to the side, we got his guns deployed, and as you can see, we got basically kind of like 3 little compartments here. You can fit mini bots in those. You could put deluxes here in robot mode. There's definitely enough foot space for some deluxes to stand there. Too small for their vehicle mode, actually. And there's one really cool feature that I haven't shown you yet in base mode. This is going to be a little tough to show you, so bear with me here, guys. Gonna try to do this. Here's a little elevator in. When I do this. I didn't do it right. Bumblebeed it. But as you can see, I got G1 Bumblebee in here. See if I can actually get him out. No, I guess not too easily. He's kind of stuck back there. But sometimes, if you do it right, you can. There's a little elevator in the center there, and it'll deploy, and they'll roll down the ramp there. And that's pretty cool when you can make that work. But obviously, I didn't do it right. So that pretty much covers his base mode. I really like this mode. It's a great mode. Only reason I don't primarily have him displayed in this mode is, well, it takes up a lot of space. And space is at a premium, just like it is, well, probably for pretty much everybody. So I'll be back to conclude the review with his robot mode. Hi YouTube, and welcome back to his absolutely massive robot mode. Now, his robot mode is technically not really designed to interact with other toys nearly as much as his other 2 modes, but if you remember in the beginning of the video when I showed him on my display shelf, he can actually interact with other robots in this mode. They can like stand on him, fit in his feet, etc. So he is still able to interact with other robots in this mode. Since he is so difficult to keep in frame in this massive robot mode, I am going to zoom in a little bit here to go over some of his features for you. So on his legs here, we can deploy his guns just like we could in Spaceship or City mode. His guns will just pop right up. And of course we got that little dual side gun that we had before. Now, as far as articulation in his legs goes, yes, they do move. They'll go in and out, forward and back, yada yada, but it's not really meaningful. And what I mean by that is this is pretty much what you got to have his legs doing in order for him to stand. I mean, you can technically move his legs around, but it doesn't really matter too much because if you move his legs around, he's going to topple over. So anyway, moving on up here to his arm. He does have some articulation in his arms. It'll go, the arm will go all the way around at the shoulder, and bend at the elbow, and he's got wrist rotation. He's got the same thing on both of his arms. Now I'm going to show you a neat feature that he's got in robot mode exclusively. You can't do this in any of his other modes. He's got some big honking guns in his center here. And they kind of tuck into a compartment there on the side. They just fold right out. Look at that. We got some big ass guns on the middle of him. Bring his arms back down here. He's got more guns on him. He's got a gun here right by his elbow. Deploys out. He's got one right here in his hand. And same thing on the other side. This guy has built-in weaponry, which I absolutely love on Transformers because honestly, it kind of makes sense for these guys to have a lot of built-in weaponry considering they're, quote, living war machines. I mean, that is just a really cool touch. Now, I don't have all of the accessories that come with other iterations of him because all I have is the Brave Maximus from the Car Robots line, which became Robots in Disguise in this country. Car Robots was what they called it in Japan, and it's Robots in Disguise in the US. So I got this guy maybe, I don't know, 12 years ago, maybe 13. I paid $150 for him. That's the most I've ever paid for a single Transformer. Now I hear on the internet, I've heard this more than once, that if you don't have some iteration of Fortress Maximus in your collection, you're not a real super serious Transformers collector. I don't personally agree with that because in my opinion, if you have a bunch of Transformers, you're a pretty serious collector whether you have a Fortress Maximus or not. Now, this guy is going, right now, there's a reissue, actually, of the original Fortress Maximus, which is a different coloration than this. And he comes with more accessories. He comes with some guns. I believe he comes with a very large sword. It's going for about $300. I think you can get him at Big Bad Toy Store and maybe a few other spots online. So if you have the money, it might be worth to pick this guy up because on the secondary market, he can go for as much as $1,000 in a box. I mean, he is a very high-priced toy on the secondary market. So if you got $300 and you really want this guy, it might be worth it to get him. I mean, I definitely know that is a ton of money to spend on a Transformer, but it might be worth it if you really want him. And like I said, the main reason I did this video was because of the news we got at Toy Fair last week about the upcoming Metroplex figure being the largest Transformer ever. Now this guy currently towers over every other Transformer they've ever produced. I mean, nothing even comes close to the scale of this guy. But Metroplex actually will be an inch or two taller than this guy. I mean, that's how massive he's going to be when he comes out. But I just wanted to do this video while this guy is still the biggest Transformer that's ever been released. I've already actually cleared out a space on another display shelf for Metroplex when he does come out. So I'm really looking forward to it. But this guy is definitely awesome and worth it if you want it. That pretty much wraps it up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.